Hey guys, Candace Daly here. Thought I would share another crafting project with you all. This can be done for a gift for Mother's Day, or if you're just needing some kind of craft time by yourself, especially parents out there right now with us still being in quarantine. You can also get your children involved in this as well. This would be a great gift for them to make for someone. So you can get your kids involved in this too, or simply craft by yourself. So this project has been on my mind for a while. I have saved this project for a while, and finally I was just like, I have to share this project. So I've seen this at several craft stores and stores with just like decorative items and things like that, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Kirkland's, and just different things online that I've seen. And I thought, wow, I can try to create a budget-friendly version of this, and then also use some recycling in there as well. I'm really passionate about recycled crafts. It seems like it's like a challenge for me to try and take this piece that you may throw away and turn it into a treasure and something that you can use and decorate your house with or gift to someone. So today we're going to be taking a Christmas cookie tin. Okay, you can see it's even still got like the label on the back. Taking this Christmas cookie tin, and we are going to turn it in to like a boho planter or like a farmhouse type planter. I've seen these like in a galvanized version. It all just kind of depends on what your style is and what look you're kind of going for. So you can kind of see from the beginning part when you clicked on my video what the end result of this is. So I'll show you again at the end of this video, but I'm not going to put the plants or anything like that in there. So basically what I did was, I took the lid off, and you can recycle this lid and turn it into like a sign or something like that. So don't throw away the lid. So the first step that you need to do for this, and I just used a scrap piece of paper for this, and what I did was I drew the circle first, and you can do it either with the lid or the actual like tin. So you trace your circle, trace that, and then I decided that I didn't want this portion right here to be exactly half. I wanted it to be a little bit less than half. So what I did was I just sketched it out on my circle so I could see on the piece of paper if I liked it or not. And what I did was I just took a straight edge of a box that I'm going to be using in a little bit. I just took the straight edge of that and I used that as my ruler. So, but you can use a ruler if you would rather do that. So that's just where I made my straight edge so I could make that portion, okay? And once you make that portion, what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut it out, okay, out of your piece of paper. So that portion, cut it out. And this is just gonna be your template. And what you're going to be using is any kind of like cardstock or like a cereal box, snack box, anything like that. I don't usually suggest cardboard because it's harder to cut and your edges may not be as pretty. So I always encourage like cardstock or like cereal boxes, snack boxes, and things like that. And they're easier for you to cut as well. So easier on your hands and your wrist. So I had just like a box like this from Honey Baked, and I just broke it down, and this is what I am going to use for this portion right here. So this is you're going to be taking this template and putting it on that cardboard box. And like I said, it's just better if you have like cardstock and things like that. It's easier for you. So this is where the box is going to come into play. So you're going to take your template and then you're going to put it on the box, trace it, and then cut it out. And when you trace it, try to make your lines dark so that way you can see where to cut. And my suggestion is when you cut this out of your box, I suggest that you cut exactly on those pencil lines that you have traced with this, okay? So you're laying that down there, you are tracing it with your pencil, okay? So then you'll have your shape on there, and then you will cut out that almost half circle shape with your scissors right on those lines, okay? And once you do that, you're gonna get this shape right here with the cardboard, okay, or the cardstock. So it's going to be that shape. And what I suggest first is go ahead and see if it fits the circular part. You want to make sure that it is able to come to the end. It's able to meet up at the sides right here. So that way it's easy to secure once you paint it, okay? So just check your measurements, make sure that the size is okay. If it's not, then you might have to redo it. But like I said, I think if you cut on those lines that you traced with the pencil, then you should be good to go. So paint it first. I decided to let some of the cardboard show. So always whenever I paint cardboard, I always end up using the cardboard side rather than like the colored side. I feel like it's drier and it takes the paint easier, but I also love letting some of the brown cardboard peek through because I feel like it gives it like a vintage look. That's just my style. So I let some of that cardboard color peek through and I painted it first before I ever added it to the tin, okay? So I'm painting the cardboard half little circle first, letting that dry, and I decided to paint mine using the Ivory Waverly chalk paint, and I just always get this from Walmart and I really, really, really like it. So once you get this painted, set that aside and let that dry. Then you're going to go ahead and pick the cookie tin up. Okay, remember you don't need the lid for this. And then now you're going to paint the outside. Okay, you can go ahead and paint the outside and make sure you get the rim. Okay. And if you want to paint your rim another color, you can. It's completely up to you. You can customize it however you want. And then, go ahead and get this out. What I did was I just tried to kind of tell myself, okay, I know this cardboard piece is going to cover up this much and that this bottom part's going to be hidden. And so then I went ahead and I painted the parts that I knew were going to show. Or if you wanted to keep it that silver kind of color like this, you could. So that was the original color that you can see. So I went ahead and I painted that. And this took about 2 coats. This was red, and you could see it with the first coat pretty good. So I went ahead and I did a second coat. And I still kind of, wanted some of those lines and that kind of like textured look to kind of be seen because I just wanted it to look vintage because that's more my style and what my home decor looks like. So I tried to let kind of the lines and texture be seen. So it's completely up to you. You could also use sandpaper and try to distress it. If you wanted to do layers of different colors, you could let like some gray peek out underneath or black or whatever. So it's completely up to you. I just decided to go with just a plain simple white. And so once this is dry on the inside and also the outside, then I will get my cardboard piece. And I would suggest using a mix of like hot glue and like a permanent type glue, like E6000, some type of like clear, maybe Gorilla Glue, super glue to adhere this on. But like I said, I would use a mix of hot and that glue together because the hot dries instantly, and with the E6000 and things like that, you're going to have to wait, but at least that hot glue will keep some of those areas in place for you so nothing pops off. Okay, so once that's painted, glue that on there, and I always suggest just start off gluing small, so like glue this corner down, that corner, and then like this mid portion right here down. Okay, and then you can start going along if you want to get those other areas glued down. So start off small. Okay. And if you want to add a hook to this, you can. I always suggest with anything like this, you can use a pipe cleaner, any kind of wire, but I like pipe cleaners because they're already coated and the wire is not going to scratch your wall. Or, let's see if I can find this wire that I was going to show you. Here it is. Anytime you open like anything from the store and you're unboxing it, they come with these plastic coated wires, or if you're taking your kids' toys out of boxes, they come with these plastic coated wires and they're great for hooks. So, or attaching things, especially outside, because they're plastic coated and they won't rust. So you can make a hook. You could either kind of twist it like this and make a hook and hot glue it on the back. It's kind of up to you, or you can kind of just keep it apart and then put hot glue on both sides. And I'll show you how I've turned this sign right here. I just added, and it's got that clear kind of wire on there, and it's coated too. It's got the plastic, okay? And I just did 2 dabs of hot glue. And what's great about this is you can just kind of just scrape it off and it will slide right off because the tray's cold with the metal. So it's the same thing with this. You can add a hook on the back and hang it up, or you could add twine if you wanted to do something like hanging and have like a bow. So now what you can do is, I'm just going to stuff paper in this because I don't have any styrofoam on hand. I haven't been able to go to the store, and just stuff some paper in there, and then now you can get to decorating, the fun part, right? Okay, and I got these, this came from Target Dollar Spot, and then this came from Walmart. So just kind of a little mix of places. I've had these for a while. And you can just put your flowers in there, and then I've got this fake air plant. This came from Hobby Lobby. You can just stick these in there, and the paper just kind of secures it, so if you don't have any styrofoam, okay? And then I got this succulent or air plant. It's looks so real, but it's fake. This one came from Dollar Tree, and I really, really like it as well. So you can just fill it like that, however you want to. I'm definitely into like all these succulents and like boho type plants. So if you're into more of that style, or you could add like eucalyptus stems, fake ones. If you're wanting to do this more farmhouse and things like that, you could even put dried flowers in here too, like dried hydrangeas and things like that. So they don't necessarily have to be fake. You could surprise somebody with this for Mother's Day, birthday gifts, or anything like that, or just, you know, a gift to surprise somebody and make them smile. You could put real flowers in here, but I wouldn't suggest having the flowers be wet or anything like that because this cardboard in the front and it will mess it up. So if you did put real flowers in here, you couldn't put water or anything like that, and the flowers wouldn't last that long. So sometimes fake is always the best way to go with something like this, especially if you're using cardboard. So that just kind of gives you some options. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and seeing how I basically turned trash into treasure and recycled as well. So if you decide that you make this and you want to share it with me, drop a picture in the comment below. I would love to see what you all are crafting. Hope you all have a great Mother's Day. Thanks for stopping by, guys. See ya.